I remember the exact moment my father said it. He leaned back in his office chair, the one I'd fixed 3 times when its wheels snapped under him. His voice was casual, like he was discussing the weather. "Emily's better with people," Mom chimed in without looking up from her planner. "You can still help from behind the scenes." That was it. My 80-hour weeks, my missed birthdays, my bloodshot eyes from spreadsheets at 3 a.m., reduced to a shadow role, a helper. I didn't argue, I just nodded. Inside, I felt the ground shift. The loyalty I'd carried all my life cracked and collapsed. I grew up in that office. My earliest memories weren't playgrounds, they were conference rooms. While other kids were outside, I was stapling invoices, answering phones with a too small voice. My father used to say, "One day, this will all be yours," and I believed him. But Emily, she was the golden child. The smile that charmed everyone at church, the laugh that filled rooms. She breezed in for a few hours a week, shook hands, snapped selfies with clients, then laughed. I thought it was harmless. She was the face. I was the engine. Together, we worked. At least that's what I told myself. The betrayal didn't reveal itself in one blow. It was death by small cuts. First, the private meetings I wasn't invited to. Then, the contracts that somehow had Emily's signature, not mine. Finally, that announcement. My parents, smiling like executioners, handing her the keys to what I had built. I didn't confront them. Anger would have given them control. Instead, I let silence do the work. I finished my tasks that week, cleared my files, and when Friday came, I walked out. No notice, no explanation, just absence. Dad called me 3 days later. His voice carried an edge I'd never heard before, panic. "Our biggest client is threatening to walk. They want the numbers you usually prepare. Can you step in?" I smiled into the phone, though he couldn't see. "Let Emily handle it. She's the heir, right?" He went silent, then cleared his throat. "Right, of course." I hung up. Here's what they never understood. Business isn't about charm, it's about trust. I had spent years cultivating it. I was the one answering late-night emails, solving emergencies at dawn, flying across states to calm anxious investors. Clients didn't care about my sister's smile. They cared that I showed up when no one else would. So when I disappeared, the foundation began to rot. Within a week, the first client pulled out. By week 2, whispers started circulating. Rumors of incompetence, of promises unfulfilled. I didn't spread them, I didn't have to. Reality spoke louder than lies. By week 4, 3 major contracts had collapsed. The business my parents had so confidently handed to Emily was bleeding out, and every drip echoed in their sleep. When they finally showed up at my apartment, they looked smaller. Dad's tie was loose, his eyes rimmed red. Mom's perfect hair was flat. Even Emily wasn't glowing. Her confidence had curdled into something brittle. Dad started first. We need you back, just temporarily, to stabilize things." I leaned against the doorway, arms crossed. "I thought Emily was better with people." Emily's lips trembled. "It's not about that. I just need your support." For a moment, I almost pitied her. Almost. But then I remembered the years, the sacrifices, the blindness they had shown when they handed her everything I built. So I smiled, slow, deliberate, cutting. "I'm busy with my own projects now. You wanted me behind the scenes. Consider me gone." Mom's eyes filled. Dad's jaw tightened. Emily whispered my name like a plea, but I didn't flinch. Here's the truth. Revenge doesn't always require fire or shouting. Sometimes it's as simple as absence, as simple as letting people choke on the consequences of their own choices. I didn't sabotage them, I didn't steal, I just stopped saving them. And without me, they crumbled. Now when I pass the old office, I see the for sale sign hanging crooked in the window. The empire my parents swore would last generations, gone in less than a year. And me? I built something new, smaller, sharper, mine. Clients followed because loyalty isn't bought with inheritance, it's earned in silence, in late nights, in trust. Sometimes I wonder if my father regrets that sentence. Emily's better with people. Maybe he does, but I don't, because it taught me the most valuable lesson of my life. When people treat you like you're invisible, disappear. When they take you for granted, remove your value. And when they finally come begging, you don't go back. You close the door for good.